Hey, Lori, what's going on?
How you doing?
How's it going?
Welcome, welcome.
All right. So thank you for being backstage. I know Jessica say you smile all the time, and I think I brought a few tears to your eyes, but I apologize for that. But
Yeah, I got a little emotional there.
right. But it's okay because you're not alone. You're not alone. There's a lot of emotion that's going on throughout the country right now, and and that's what we need. And we need to figure out different ways to deal with it. And the way that people deal with it varies from, I guess, the way that their background depends on their background, their upbringing. But what we saw on TV and what we're seeing now. There's a lot of unrest that's going on through the city, and not just our city, but throughout the nation and the country and other countries. But I get knowing your personality can kind of help you figure out how to deal with such issues, and I think you're going to talk to us a little bit about that today, right?
Yeah. So I teach psychology part-time. And my students are always intrigued by an assessment that I give that's called the Myers Briggs. The Myers Briggs assessment is a personality assessment that you answer honestly, gives you a 4-letter acronym that reveals a lot about your personality. In reference to fierce, it can let you know what your fashion style is. So that could be helpful for models like Star and the models that she works with, fashion designers, or anybody in the fashion industry. And then also in thinking about what America is going through right now, it kind of gives you some insight into how you can cope with certain situations creatively. So, for example, my Myers-Briggs is I am an extrovert. Surprise, surprise. And so one of the ways that I'm coping with what's going on right now is that I've been very involved in the community, starting an embracing cultural diversity group with the teachers locally where I live in Melbourne. And that's my way to cope with this situation that's so challenging, is I have to be outwardly focused. People that have a personality that maybe is an I that's an introvert, they may decide to write. So they may be an advocate. They may be sharing posts on Facebook, writing. They may write articles. They may be more introverted in how they cope with the situation, but that's the way that their personality allows them to deal with it.
Nice. And I got to give a quick shout out to my dad for dropping that peace sign. Shout out, Dad. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. And if you're listening at home, we're dedicating this show today for peace and for the America that we want to live in. So go ahead and drop that peace sign to show that you're with us in that journey of making this America. All right. My wife just came in and dropped me a peace sign, so I got that. Got a physical one. All right, cool. So
I love what Lori's doing, and with the Myers Briggs assessment, she had us take the assessment, so she's going to kind of share what that looks like.
Yeah. So, what I did is I gave the assessment to a few of the Fierce members, and I was able to tell them what famous actor, actress, or well-known person out there had their personality. So in the group, we have somebody, and I'm not going to mention any names. I'll let the audience try to figure it out before I reveal it, that has the personality of Beyonce.
Wow.
So, and
I think it's Tron.
It could be female, it could be male. What do you guys think?
I think it's Tron. Beyonce all the way. That's me, Tron.
Well, I mean, I know I got a couple dance moves that I can do. And I got a fan right here. So, when Beyonce sings, her hair is blowing in the wind all the time. So my hair.
Hey. All I got to say to that is,
So will the real Beyonce show her hands where the ring's missing?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So wait a minute. So she thinks she's Beyonce. Wait, tell me about this. How did that happen? How did that happen?
So now when she observes how Beyonce makes decisions, she and even her wardrobe, I'd be curious to see, do you feel, Jessica, when you see Beyonce in a video, that some of her choice in attire would be something you pick? Not the drunken love, okay? We're talking like other stuff.
No, I'm always looking at her moves, you know, and when I'm home in my own, you know, privacy, I feel like I can move like her. So I can figure it. I can figure it. I can
Prove it.
I was surprised that it said that I'm introverted. I was like, I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. But and Lori, you can tell us about how the combinations kind of change what you think it is. So it's like I'm introverted, but also I like social events.
Yeah, and thinking about Jessica, because I've known Jessica for a couple of years now, I do see why she has the eye. When there's events, if someone has to speak, as knowledgeable and as much of a leader as she is, and we all know she is, she would rather let Rob speak than her speak. And that's the introverted side of her. And even though she knows that when she does that, everybody's going to say, is that your wife? And he has to say, no, that's my sister. Still allows Rob to speak. And so that's the introverted side. I wanted to point out that Star made an interesting comment that maybe could be something to look at for a future show. Star pointed out that when she looked at her results, she felt that they were very similar to her astrological horoscope sign. And so as a result, I talked to a person in astrology, and he said he would be willing to come in on a different show to talk about astrology. But he's in the UK, and he said he'd be willing to do it. But all of that because of Star's insight, because after Star said that, I started researching, and I was like, how interesting is I don't know if it's coincidence or not, but there does seem to be a correlation in the results based on your astrological sign and your personality. So thanks, Star, for pointing that out, because it's giving me food for thought to like compare that. If you want to share what you saw.
I mean, it just things that I was reading just reminded me of parts of, I'm a Capricorn. So I've met a lot of Capricorns, and a lot of them are leaders. They work hard, social. You know, I love my fashion, and then when I was reading the results, it said that I'm a fashion lover. So it's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. So, Lori, we have some of the combinations that you see, the Myers Briggs type indicator.
Yes.
Just wanted to put that out because you assigned it to fashion as well.
Yes. So based on your 4-letter acronym, it could talk about how you respond when you're deciding what to wear. And so if you have more of an extroverted personality, you could be more of a risk taker with what you choose. If you're introverted, you may take more time to make sure that you're making the right decisions, so you're more detailed. And so it does have an impact on how you choose your wardrobe, or what you choose to wear to specific events, or how you want to portray yourself to others.
Very nice, very nice.
All right, well, let's get to try to.
I'm going to point out real quick that Rob, I hope he's okay with me saying this, it's probably one of the most interesting assessments that I've analyzed, because he has a combination of William Shakespeare, Derek Jeter, and Roberto Clemente, which is a baseball player.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's a Renaissance man.
Hey, I'm a poet, and you didn't even know it.
Thanks for watching. You can catch us live every Friday at 6 o'clock. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay fierce.